hot mics.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Yellow leather? What's with the leather? I don't know.
Rubber
it's too hot
baby
for leather. It's
buggy
summer.
bumpers.
Dude, I used to do it all the time. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red
All
leather,
the time,
blue
huh?
leather, red leather, blue leather, red leather,
Really?
blue leather.
Toy
In the
boat,
summer?
toy boat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I usually do? I usually just
Autumn,
just
this
shut
is
up
my
and
2 week
make them
notice.
still
Autumn, this is my 2 week notice. That was my favorite.
It is not approved.
Just in the mirror. Autumn, this is my 2 week notice. That really got me in the zone, usually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Autumn,
Anywho.
so when I was moving, did I tell you I went to Roswell?
No.
And we went to Roswell. So I was driving. We drove back from
Did you
Texas
go to the museum?
We went to the museum, all right?
So
and
cool.
for context, everyone, I moved back. I drove back with my nephews, and I was just like, we're going to drive back. If we're going to be driving for 22 hours, we're going to do something fun. So we stopped at Roswell, and it happened to be the annual UFO festival at the same time.
God.
Shut up.
I swear it just so happened to be the UFO. It was
That
amazing.
is
We shut
awesome.
down all of Main Street, basically all like from where that McDonald's UFO is.
Yeah.
All the way to the museum. And it was sweet, but there was one guy there who was just like, I was telling my nephews, I was like, okay, I'll go get tickets for this festival. There's also an experience, a whole thing, right? So Daniel knows, and Autumn knows my nephews quite well, actually,
Yeah.
but you've seen them as they've been grown men. They used to help
Right.
run the comic book store. But Daniel knows them. They're characters. They're something. And they don't really take shit too much. So they were and I'm actually, contrary to what you might believe, I'm a little kinder than most people might think.
Lies.
We were getting tickets for this museum, and I was just like, whoa. They sent me back immediately. They're like, he will not shut up about long legs. And so we're there, and I'm like, dude, it's pretty crazy here, man. He's like, immediately, it's the annual UFO festival, and you're complaining about it being busy. He's like, it's the annual UFO festival. Like, anyone was supposed to know.
Yeah.
Like,
And the whole world knows stuff.
like the world stops for Ronald's UFO festival, and the buck stops at his goddamn booth, at his ticket booth. And so I'm there, and as soon as I'm about to say something, I'm like, my nephew, the older one, he's like, the hell's your problem, dude? and
He was
he's like,
probably an alien.
he was probably an alien. And basically, if you ever go to Roswell during the UFO festival, you better come correct, because they will put you on notice almost immediately.
Come correct or get corrected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come correct. I will. I promise.
Alex, you would have torn that man. Pretty much everyone in this room but me and Daniel would have torn them apart.
You needed to plan it out like when I went with Mel, so that was one of our overnight stays, like for the whole drive. Because I basically drove the same drive you were doing, and then stay in that missile silo. That's an Airbnb.
I know.
It was amazing. It's like a once in a lifetime thing.
I was so focused on like, I don't want to look past the next hour, because I have to drive 3 hours to another part of New Mexico, and then I have to drive 18 hours. I have to drive 14 hours the next day.
See, I planned out each night in advance and every place we were going to stop and eat, because you've driven it. There's like hours with nothing. I didn't want us to end up like, okay, now we're hungry and it's still 2 hours before you're going to get to food. So I planned out all of our stops. We stayed in Winslow, Arizona one night, and we stayed in the missile silo the other night. And then we stayed in Albuquerque to go to the Breaking Bad's house on the way in. It was fun.
Yes, from my new human habitat. Yeah, but I'm back in LA. Yeah. So this is all unfinal. Is not final. I'm going to be getting some more stuff. I've got a new mic coming. All my stuff is being shipped right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm just hanging out. Nice. But I brought him. He went to Roswell with us.
Nice. Did he really?
He did.
He went to Roswell with me too.
Back.
Yeah. And not to derail this too much, but I'm thinking now, what's the longest road trip everyone's ever done?
That was mine.
Yeah.
To Texas, to Fort Worth and back.
Right.
Yeah.
I drove to San Antonio, which is South Texas. I think it was like
that's further.
3 hours.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I don't know.
What about you guys at home? Like everyone watching at home.
What's the longest road trip? What about you, Alex?
I'm trying to think. No, it was definitely Texas because we flew out to Texas and then got a U-Haul. My friends loading up my friend's dad's stuff and driving it back to New York. So
wow.
we flew there, got a truck
to New York.
It was terrible.
We probably
How many days
could've
was that?
gone-
We did it in 2 days. Like we drove,
That's crazy.
stayed in Tennessee for like we got to Tennessee, like stayed there. It was like 4 hours of sleep and woke up and just drove the rest of the way. It was actually a pretty smooth ride until of course you get to like New York, and then it's like 8 hours of driving to get to New York, and then 8 hours of driving from the border of New York to like where we need to go in New York, which is like 6 miles away. Yeah.
Wow. Grandma doesn't count. I like that. Grandma doesn't count.
Grandma doesn't count. Yeah, it's honestly, once you start, I mean, and you guys all know, like, I feel like the easiest part is getting through these cities and getting these milestones. But like when you hit those stretches of road where it's brutal. The same thing, like when you're driving from Texas over to whatever the next state is, it's New Mexico, whatever, and you're just driving along the border for like 3 hours. I'm like, I've been driving for 11 days on this one.
Yeah,
that's where I want to pull my car.
Drove that?
Oh,
you didn't drive that.
You can
drive that. Did you drive
Alaska?
that?
But you had to drive all the way across the ocean to right near Hawaii, right? Because that's where it is.
It would have taken her less time to just drive to Russia.
Yeah.
Just
anyway,
any hoozle. So I haven't been on the stream
for
like
12-minute freaking thing.
Yeah, it's
a waste of time.
Actually, it's only been 6 minutes. Can you believe that?
Yeah. No, it felt like 12 minutes. It felt like 30 minutes. I thought I was going to die. Finally. Next.
Wonderful. All right, everyone. Hello and welcome
Love
into
to have you here.
Fandom Social Live. We've got pop culture news and headlines. Autumn, did we already talk about? I mean, I don't watch you guys if I'm not on the show. What's the point?
No.
But did you guys already discuss like our new show structure and our time and everything? Okay, so we'll do that. We've got some.
When would we have done that?
The last show.
That's
I don't
literally
know.
your job.
It.
Why would I? That's your job.
All right. We're gonna do this now
that.
because then we're gonna have some fun with this with this episode. So as they did mention, because I did make sure they were doing it right, we are going to be moving our shows to Mondays at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern, starting in August. So we've got this week and next week for our final Thursday shows, and then we're going to move to Monday because all four of us are incredibly busy, and it's really the only day that we can make work anymore. Thursdays are going to be pretty difficult going forward. So Mondays it is. We hope you guys follow us. If not, you can always catch up on the stream. Go to on our YouTube channel. You can find it there. If not, we'll always drop a link to the past.
People paying attention. They did their homework. Look at this. See, they got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I don't know why there's laughing, but laughing at Mondays, I guess.
Probably one of our incredible jokes is what she's laughing at. But then practical. We are also doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo?
You said doo-doo. You said doo-doo. And scene.
Due to not only our schedules, but some stuff that we want to try out, we are, for the foreseeable future, going to be making every show a pop culture news and headline show. And when we can, we're going to sprinkle in some of these, these different scope shows where we talk about a certain fandom or we finish out the music show. It's just...
Let me clarify. Okay. Every Monday show is going to be a pop culture headline show.
What I was getting around to.
You said every show, so that was a lie, and you were messed up. So
every Monday live show, the what we call the flagship show, that's going to be on Monday. That's going to be pop culture news and headlines. We're really just going to tap into the vein of whatever's happening in pop culture news and everything that we can share with you guys. But we will have these satellite shows. We'll have them the best that we can on days that either all four of us are free, at least two of us are free, where we can talk movie reviews, we can talk music, we can talk fandoms, we can do deep dives. It's just going to be easier for our schedule. And truly, we are still at the point in our in this whole experiment where we are throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Also, I like to say our Monday show is like our ice cream sundae. And then the other shows are sprinkles. Sometimes we'll have them, sometimes we won't. But the meat of the show, the meat of our ice cream,
the other shows are sprinkles that you'll have on other days, right?
Yeah.
Because if Sundays is our Mondays is our Sundays, and then the sprinkles are other days that are different than the day that we're having the Sunday. So some days we're having just vanilla Sundays, and some days we're just having sprinkles, but we're never having them together.
Fair.
I was so worried about this that I was going to be like, I'm not going to give right information, that everyone in the chats is going to hate me more than they already do. Now you've got it stuck in my head. Do.
And Steve, if you go to Carvel, Wednesdays or Sunday at Carvel, where it's buy one get one. You're welcome, Carvel. Please sponsor us. I love you.
That would be a very good first sponsor.
I'm sorry,
but anyways, so starting in August, shows on Monday at 6 p.m. PST, and those shows every Monday, the live streams will be pop culture news and headlines, and then we're going to have these pop-up shows throughout the week, the best we can, where we talk about other things of pop culture. Again, maybe me and Alex and Autumn and Daniel do some movie reviews, or we just publicly berate Autumn for a various number of things.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the well is deep there. So with that, again, keep up.
I'm still traumatized by what Daniel said, but it's okay.
Jeez,
let's just move on.
We got to move on. All right, everyone. We're going to move on to pop culture news and headlines. We've got a few things, and Daniel is going to run through each of these headlines with us. Nerd, you're up.
I'm up. Okay. Totally prepared for this, by the way. Okay. Up first, we've got Emmy nominations. It's that time of year again. And it feels like it just happened, right? But we got to remember the strike, delayed thing. So the Emmys are coming.
If it wasn't for the strike, we would have been nominated, I feel.
We should totally be up for a Webby at this point.
Does anyone think this
or
is
a Razzie?
Come on.
Fuck it, I'll take a Razzie at this point.
Let's do it. Just pay attention to us.
I know. I'm sorry. I've been alone in this office for the last 8 hours, so I've been cursing like Elizabeth Swann, the ultimate pirate.
The ultimate. On the other side of Paul's camera is just like days scratched into the wall
with my fingernails.
Okay, so Emmy nomination. Let's get back to it. So shows of note. Now this year we don't have big players like Succession or the ones that were just sweeping last year. So there's a lot more diversity in the nominations this year. Some shows of note. Reservation finally got a nomination. This was their final season, so I'm happy to see them. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Three Body Problem, Fallout, Palm Royale,
Fallout,
Capote versus the Swans, and What We Do in the Shadows. These are
What We Do in the Shadows is nominated.
It's nominated, and I believe that was their final season too.
Yeah,
final season for them as well.
So good.
Wait, did I miss their final season? Did it air?
Yeah, I think it's aired.
Honestly,
already.
It was largely, I think, swept under the rug. The ratings for it have not been good, and so
I didn't even know it started.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Maybe it's from the beginning of the show, from the beginning of their show. Like we've been singing their praises because it's to me, it's like Taika Waititi at his best in the early seasons, but once he's really stepped off, you can tell. I think that a lot of his love went towards Reservation Dogs and not this show.
And also, Our Flag Means Death.
Oh yeah,
right. Which also, again, another show that he
started strong
and then he left, and
the
it's
Ryan
just
Murphy
clear.
of it all.
Oh, geez, don't get me started on Ryan Murphy. But yeah, it's the question too, right? I think we've asked this before, like how much Taika Waititi is too much? Because at one point he had like so much stuff going on. He's
like one of the actors who likes to make a bunch of babies and then neglect them and go make more. That's
he's like Zeus.
Yeah.
Actually, you know who that reminds me of?
Or like one of our uncles, Daniel. He did that.
More than
What's
one.
That guy named Brian Fuller. Brian Fuller, who did Hannibal. Right? Remember he did Hannibal?
Oh, right.
He then did a series. He just went and did a series of. He started the show as a showrunner and then he bounced. Like he did like 3 in a row. I wanted to go to Comic-Con with a T-shirt that says Brian Fuller leaves blank, and then just like have some different stickers that you could change out different shows that he was leaving, because he would just come out and he would just bounce. So Taika was doing way too much and just leaving.
Yeah, so it's the curse of popularity. You start making some noise, and then suddenly everybody wants you, and you're spread way too thin.
Yeah. You got to commit to
Thor 5.
Some people can do it. Some people can't do it.
Yeah.
All right. What were some of the other notable noms, Daniel?
So leading the nominations are The Bear and Shogun with 25 and 23 nominations respectively. Records being
either.
broke. You haven't seen either? Oh, they're so good. Let me see.
We could spend an entire show talking about The Bear. That is probably like my my deepest iceberg. There's with The Bear.
Yeah.
And Shogun's just fantastic.
Let's do an all bear show. Let's do We Bear Bears, Care Bears, The Bear. Let's do them all.
Let's
not a bad idea.
Do that.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay. I mean, I do choose The Bear.
I can see Daniel's face lighting up for jokes, and you know what? Let's just move on.
Me and Daniel,
all the Bears,
the Bears.
All the Bears we know, they'll be on the show.
Oh, and we know many. So up for best drama, we've got The Crown, Fallout, The Gilded Age, The Morning Show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Shogun, Slow Horses, and Three Body Problem. 3.
Ooh, do we want to do?
Have you seen Slow Horses?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Slow plot, slow story,
Zing.
Slow everything.
Yeah, someone went to them. They're like, "Hey, slow down your horses. This show is too exciting," and they really put them in the kennel. Or where do horses go in a kennel?
No, stable. But that's
stable.
Okay.
That's what it is.
You wouldn't know stable if it hit you in the face.
Wild horses can't be broken.
Yeah, we can move on, Daniel. I think. Do you guys want to do live? Do you guys want to do on-air predictions that are bound by the infiniteness of the internet now?
So, yeah, because I've definitely seen all those shows.
I've definitely seen 1/10 of these shows.
I think because I have
Fallout.
I have the least life and I'm the biggest loser here. I think Shogun's going to take it and it's going to be very surprising to everyone.
Shogun?
I think Shogun's going to sweep.
You do? Wow. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I think it's going to sweep. But
yeah, I don't know. Just
the Bear.
The dark. Bear is very good and they have been doing really well.
They're just not in a lot of the same categories. So I think the Shogun and the Bear are going to sweep their individual categories.
That's a great show right there. Shogun and the Bear.
Shogun and the
Bear. It's like Smokey and the Bandit.
Shogun and the Bear. Shogun and the Bear on 99.1.
I'm a terrible person because do you know why I haven't watched Shogun?
Why?
Because the guy who plays the British, like main British actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hate him.
It's so.
Daniel, good catch there.
I muted myself because I knew I was going to start cursing. He's so ugly. I can't look at his dumb face. It's like Barry Keoghan. I can't look at his
Barry
Keoghan
face. You also hate.
If I see their face, my eyes I can't. It's like watching someone eating oysters. Is their face.
Also, I was going to say, he also has the name of like an 11-year-old imaginary friend. His name's Cosmo Jarvis. And I'm like,
fake.
Okay.
Not real.
He's like an 11-year-old Kaiser Sose.
Kaiser Sose.
So, Laura thinks that, I mean, listen, I'm sorry. I just can't look at his face. Him and Barry Keoghan, if I see their face, I'm just like, oh my God.
You really don't like Barry Keoghan. You're missing out on a lot of great media. So
yeah, I am, but because I don't want to throw up.
Sabrina Carpenter now, just by
association,
by cosmosis.
I don't know who that is. I still don't know who Sabrina Carpenter is. Is she from the Carpenters? Is she like
Yep.
Is she? No, I'm saying is she like related to like the child of one of the Carpenters? Because everything's.
I don't know, but she's obnoxious as heck. The first time I've ever heard of her was on Saturday Night Live, and I watched it. I'm like, what is this garbage? I couldn't do it. It was so bad.
The worst thing I could imagine.
I like her.
She's terrible.
The worst thing I could imagine is Barry Keoghan like eating cereal. Like I would die. I think I would actually die. That would be the thing that killed me.
Look at the shadow of the cat back there.
It scared me. I saw it moving.
But anyways,
let's move on.
Seeing as I've only seen, I haven't seen the latest season of The Crown, and I've only seen Fallout because even the ones I've watched, I haven't watched the last seasons of.
I have a
Three Body Problem's pretty banging, but it's not going to beat.
I think I just saw who Barry Keoghan is. Okay, yeah, he's distinctive.
I'd love to see Mr. and Mrs. Smith get some love. I don't know if you guys watched it. It was pretty good.
Probably one of my favorites there.
Yeah.
I pay for every streaming service. I should probably use them for something.
Yeah, don't cancel them or else I'll have nothing.
Yeah. Cancel culture. All right, what else? What else we got?
So for best comedy, we've got Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I didn't know was still running, Hacks,
Wow,
Only Murders in the Building, Palm Royale, Reservation Dogs, and What We Do in the Shadows.
The fact that Curb Your Enthusiasm is in the same category as Hacks is ironic to me, because that show is Curb has gotten so hack for me.
Yeah, that last season of Curb should not be on this list.
Ooh.
Hacks is a great show, but I haven't seen the new season. Only Murders latest season was
Oh,
Palm Royale was banging. Palm Royale was really good.
I haven't seen that.
Reservation Dogs is Reservation Dogs. You can't talk about What We Do in the Shadows. I haven't watched it. Abbott Elementary is pretty funny, but I haven't watched it. So yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even make a prediction off that if you paid me.
I agreed with everything you just said.
What?
That almost never happens.
Wow.
Literally every single thing.
Somebody record that.
Time of day.
Yeah.
And now it's preserved for all time on our channel.
Yeah.
I know.
Fandom Social.
But yeah, what else we got? What do you think? How many of these comedies more your thing, Autumn? You don't watch a lot of new stuff.
I don't watch a lot of new stuff just because most of the time I'm watching something while I'm working. So the only thing I really watched new would be like I watched Bridgerton. That was fun. Is that up for anything in the Emmys?
Not that I've seen.
Most boring. No,
I mean,
I never saw it, so I'm just
it's probably
trying
to
get a rise out of it.
Costuming.
Yeah. To be fair, the last season was just fine, but the first two seasons were a lot of fun.
Ooh, I'm almost done with the first season.
Oh, are you really? It's
that
fun,
can be
right?
one of our satellite episodes. We can speak on the Bridger verse.
I need what's his name? Regé Jean-Pierre to come back already because I loved him, and I was so disappointed when I didn't know the Bridgerton series it kind of focuses on different characters each season.
Yeah.
I've been reading the books, and that's what it's based on. Like each book is one of these Bridgerton siblings, all the way down.
So, I thought it was just like a Creative Liberty Netflix stuff.
No, and they're doing them out of order. So like the first season was Daphne, who is the fourth sibling, and then the next season is Anthony, who's the first sibling. So and then Colin, the third season, is the third sibling because they're ABCD. So anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Honestly, they're so because they don't address that at all. But I get it.
I skipped over. I glazed over everything except for Daphne.
Yeah, you did. Alex,
Anywho.
All right, what else we got, Daniel?
What else we got? So let's see. Best actor. Best actor in a drama. We got Idris Elba, Donald Glover, Walton Goggins from Fallout, Gary Oldman, Hiroyuki Sanada, and Dominic West from The Crown.
Dominic West is pretty good in The Crown. He's pretty good in The Crown. He was terrible in Lara Croft Tomb Raider, but I mean that's not his fault. That movie was just terrible altogether. But,
I think I could see Hiroyuki Sanada or Donald Glover taking that. I could see Donald Glover getting his flowers for his show, but I don't think so. I think Shogun's sweeping. Yeah. Shogun and the Bear. It's gonna be. That's all it's gonna be.
I love Idris Elba. I don't know if you guys know how much I love Idris Elba, but that show was the most. Hi, I'm just showing up to be Idris Elba, and it was so.
No.
I mean, he's solid.
That'd be a
he's
fun
done
show.
Some great things, just like the many worlds.
So great, but this was so I was like, is he going to be anything exciting, or is he going to be boring while he's doing kung fu, on someone's face? He's like.
I think it was him in The Office that cemented it for me that he's great in everything all the time. The Office was such an outlier for the kinds of shows he does, and he was great.
I just always it's such those niche references you say in your head to shows all the time. Anytime I see food that I want, I always I quote Kelly when she sees him for the first time. She's like, ooh.
I like when he says in my head all the time, do you want to have said that? And Andy came in and said something. He's like, do you really want to have said that? And he's like, no, I don't want to have said that.
Yeah, he's criminally underrated on that.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I think, but I think Sonata wins.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walton's pretty banging, but if they give it to Gary Oldman, man, I'll be so mad because that
great.
show.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Yeah, if it goes to Oldman, then it's basically
What show
when they
is
give
he
like
in?
slow
He's on
horses.
slow.
Oh, okay.
Slow shows is.
Slow shows is got it.
Could have left that one in the chamber.
Do I really want to have said that? Yes, I did really want to.
Do you really want to have said that, Alex?
Yeah. What's next, nerd?
Next up, we got Best Actress in a Drama. Jennifer Aniston, Carrie Coon, Maya Erskine, Anna Sawai, Imelda Staunton, and Reese Witherspoon. So of note, Best Actress and Best Actor both share Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Shogun. So they both have leads up.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say Carrie is in? Carrie Coon?
Carrie Coon in The Gilded Age.
Which I've never seen. I've heard it's great. I always get it confused with The Great. The Great on Hulu, but it's not.
I loved The Great. That was so fun.
It is not that show at all.
Okay.
I would not recommending it if you're like, I love The Great. I'm going to go watch The Gilded Age. They are not the same.
Okay.
Not the same.
But yeah,
man, I'm so out of it, man. I got to stop paying for these streaming services. I ain't using them.
There's so much content out. Like, there's no way to keep up with everything.
And the one show that I did watch, no one cares.
Why?
No one cares about anything you watch, Alex. Okay, next.
Yeah. Next up, Best Actor in a Comedy. So we've got Matt Berry,
New York City,
Jackie Daytona from Arizona.
Arizona. I love Matt Berry.
Anyway.
Actually, the shows that I did watch and love, it looks like they were nominated, but Daniel didn't bother.
Look at you, tastemaker.
Daniel didn't bother adding them to the list because it's not like we cover pop culture or anything.
Are they up for like best costuming or something? Or
Blue Eye Samurai, Scavenger's Reign, and X-Men '97 are among 2024 animation nominations.
They're up for like, good job,
excellent.
You were on TV.
I know. Did you guys watch Scavenger's Reign? It's so good.
And Blue Eye Samurai is incredible.
Is fantastic, and Blue Eyed Samurai and Scavenger's Reign on two different types of show, absolutely amazing shows.
I still need to see Blue Eye Samurai because I know that one was like
incredible.
We started Scavenger's Reign on a whim, and I was just like hooked. It was
that one I've never even heard of. I've never even heard of Scavenger's Reign.
No one has, and that's a thing. Like, and I'm on HBO, and I'm like, I need to watch something, and I put on Scavenger's Reign. It was so absolutely good, and now they're moving it to Netflix. They're moving Scavenger's Reign to Netflix. Autumn, have you not seen Blue Eyed Samurai?
I have not. Is this something? Where is it? Where did you say it was from? Or what streaming is it on? On Netflix?
It's because if it was blue-haired samurai, she probably would have watched it day one.
So amazing. Yeah. That's the only shows I watch is people with blue hair. Smurfs,
now,
big time into them.
But Scavenger's Reign, I think, is going to be on Netflix now. So Autumn, if you want, I mean, that is sci-fi.
I might check that out. That looks great.
That is really
hold
good
on.
sci-fi.
Blue-eyed samurai and what? Scavengers what?
Scavenger's Reign.
Rain. Okay. Like autumn rain?
REIGN.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna do that. But.
Yeah.
Oh, Maya Erskine's in there as well. Interesting.
Okay.
She's everywhere. This is her year.
Yeah.
Anyway,
continue. Daniel's snubbing all my favorite stuff.
So we got Matt Berry, Larry David, Steve Martin, Jeremy Allen White, and DeFaro Wunatai, the lead from Reservation Dogs.
Oh yeah, DeFaro Wunatai. Yeah, that one's going to be interesting. Like, obviously, Jeremy Allen White for The Bear, right? He's won it, I think, the last 2 years. I could see a snub because they're going to win everything else. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Jeremy Allen White's going to win it because he's incredible. Also, there's a lot of controversy of people saying like The Bear's not really like a cookie cutter comedy per se, because it's so. Are you still laughing at Doodoo?
Yeah, he's a cookie and like it's in the kitchen anyway. They bake, they cook.
And somebody mentioned earlier, I think it might have been Steve, but he mentioned that it's kind of a length thing in where it comes in like the qualifications as to why it's in the comedy bracket, which is kind of a bummer because I feel like it shouldn't be beholden to its length to determine like, oh, it's this kind of show,
Stop.
He keeps saying it's a comedy because of its length. How am I not supposed to laugh?
Hey, Alex. He said like.
Yeah. he said it's funny because it's not that long.
Honestly, if length is the issue,
that's what he said.
So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I do see, but it's also how Hulu has been pitching it all around. Like they got it made as a comedy, and that's like the slot that they fit it in their annual like budgeting and stuff. Like it's literally down to that level. People are like, that's so stupid, but it's gonna win everything. It's gonna win everything.
Do you think they'll maybe give it to like Steve Martin or Martin Short because like they're like just going to throw them?
They've won enough things and they've been around. They have all the money. They've had all the movies and TV shows. They're fine. They don't need anything.
I agree, but sometimes they do that. Like they may give it to Larry David,
like a legacy thing.
You know what? Actually, no. Larry David's won so many effing Emmys. He doesn't.
I mean, I wouldn't count out Matt Berry because this is really going to be the last time that he's in this role. Yeah. Again, if it doesn't go to Jeremy Allen White, I'm going to guess Matt Berry, but I think Jeremy Allen White's going to take it.
Yeah. Well, and that's and not to be a contrarian, I kind of hope it goes to the lead from Reservation Dogs, just because it's their last season and they really haven't gotten any kind of flowers for
it. Yeah, they
have the highest we get is 7th grade. Come
on. Someone was saying that that like it
got pretty high in 8th grade. Let's just say that.
Also, that's what they said. Be inclusive.
Tenchi's on my volume.
Right, I'm done. I've given up. Next.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, that's more stories to cover. We're 30 minutes in. We've covered one story, so let's move on.
Yeah,
and we're just gonna speed around the others. Yeah. All right. So moving on from Emmy noms, we're now on to our suggestive topic: popcorn buckets of all things.
We used up all our immaturity too quick, guys.
We did.
I got so much more. I got so much more.
Buckets. I like to put buckets in quotation marks. What else are they for, Daniel? They're buckets.
Yeah. You tell me.
Oh, Jesus. Trigger warning, yo.
That's a horrible
trigger warning.
Yeah, and is that not like that product shot on its own is suggestive?
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They knew what they were doing. They made it happen, and it turned it into what is, we are continuing to discuss today.
I have a question.
That kicked it off.
Paul.
Daniel,
from Fandom Social.
What the hell is the news? You just put up a popcorn bucket.
I sure did.
You just wanted to show that again.
Come on, dude.
Okay. So this year, Dune 2 kicked off the trend. Their popcorn bucket, which is the one I just showed, the bucket, sparked an unspoken challenge, right? Yeah. Between like the new movies coming out and Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool had to get in on it, and they released their popcorn buckets. Right?
Now, by the way, this was an early tease. This is not going to be the actual buckets. This was an early tease as to him playing games. This is not the buckets, by the way.
Really? Those are not
going to be the bucket. Those are the ones that he put out. Those are the ones that he said, we're going to make buckets. So they put that out. But the finalized buckets, we're still waiting for the actual Deadpool one, but they revealed the new Wolverine one.
I don't know if you guys saw that Xbox controller with like the butt cheeks on it. I think that's a Deadpool item. I would love to see them do something similar with like the popcorn bucket, like the bucket and just like a pair of butt cheeks on the back.
I just love how pop culture as a whole is just like
but that like
integrating.
We've had so many buckets at this point. The Despicable Me popcorn bucket for like, and every theater's got their own.
The backpack.
Is cool. Did you see it, Autumn? It's a Baby Bjorn popcorn bucket.
No,
that's Baby Bjorn that you carry the popcorn bucket on your chest and you walk around. It's
pretty amazing.
Then they had the giant minion that you just stick your head into. That Anger from they had Laura, a glow in the dark Anger from Inside Out. What's Laura saying?
Laura's asking if we've seen the popcorn bucket.
News item.
Alex and Daniel were showing them to me earlier.
Yes.
So that was actually the news item. Alien Romulus has now dropped their new. I believe this is going to be a Cinemark exclusive, but they've dropped their popcorn bucket for this year. And if there's any guesses as to what it could be, just get them out now because they're wrong. It looks like this.
Yeah.
And this is a video, but in the video, it's very clear that this is phallic.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
wait,
it's Alien.
Said,
so if you guys
popcorn.
So if anybody wants to give me Alien head popcorn bucket, feel free to give me that. Also, Regal has. So by the way, AMC Cinemark have their Deadpool buckets, whatever. Regal still has not revealed their Deadpool one. I cannot wait to see what that is. And Regal's bucket has two mouths because it's the Alien, so it has two mouths for extra butter.
I'm gonna bring up the photo again, right? So the bucket. I feel like this Alien head has a little too many teeth for me. It's too much teeth sometimes. You know?
Jesus Christ!
You don't want it to be. Yeah, it's very toothy. But there's not a. But the other one, like I said, is two mouths.
We need to move on from this. We need to move on from that. But it does remind me of the xenomorph head that the Predator puts on his spear in AVP. So that's pretty. So I would do that.
I would love to talk AVP because I love AVP. Another show for another time for another show.
Yeah.
Is that like a virus software? What is it? Oh, Aliens versus Predators.
Oh,
I didn't see those movies. Sorry.
It's so good, and I know it's hated by like the deep fans, but so that was all I had for popcorn buckets. Alex, and you're like our resident popcorn bucket connoisseur. Are there any standouts that
so I'm definitely gonna get the Regal one. I'm definitely gonna get the Regal one. When I see that head, I really want to get it. And I'm gonna probably get the. I don't know what else is coming out. What other movies are coming out? I'm definitely getting the Deadpool one.
I was just looking it up, and Twisters doesn't have one, and that is a disappointment.
Yeah, you have like a little tornado. Yeah, it's like a cornucopia or something.
I think Boogie Nights.
Wait, there is one or there isn't one?
Yeah,
there isn't one.
No, there isn't one.
Boogie Nights should have came out the same time as Dune, and it would have been perfect.
But, let's do this.
Alex would have just never left the theater.
I would have been living there. I would be so happy for my Regal pass. Oh.
Just open up a P.O. box there.
Yeah. But what else? So my big thing is I'm waiting to see who's got the best popcorn bucks for Deadpool because I've already been requested to bring some overseas with me when I leave on my vacation.
You're like a popcorn bucket mule for your friends.
I'm a popcorn bucket mule. I mean, you understand? Like I buy like all the buckets. I got that my Ninja Turtles bucket. I got the Doom buckets. I got a different Doom bucket, but I got everything.
We don't need a bucket.
Anyways, so this is the golden age of buckets for lonely single men. Next,
let's move on.
We got some Marvel news.
Marvel news.
Who doesn't love some Marvel news? So after
news,
after their recent streak of flops, the Russo brothers are coming back to the MCU.
Yeah,
look at those guys.
I would. I know we're gonna get Avengers 5 and 6 from them before we get that Community movie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god!
I also want to. They are in talks. It is not. They have not signed a contract.
Yeah, that's true. Sources say
that is just a caveat.
Sources say that they're going to pay them so much money to do something with what they have because someone needs to.
I mean, so Comic-Con is next weekend. They're going to announce a lot of stuff. I think if they are going, Marvel is back at Hall H. I think they missed last year or the year before because
two in a row.
Last year was the worst. Anyway, sorry, it was terrible. Comic-Con. There was nothing going on.
Marvel, because of Disney,
because of the
they wanted to be too cool.
Yeah.
I'm saying even before that, they wanted to be too cool. And they're like, we're doing D23 now because we're Disney. We don't need to do Comic-Con. We're too big for it. And then it would just flop after flop after flop after flop. Then the strikes. So they're like, maybe we'll come back to San Diego. A little humble.
Also,
who knows?
Chapek left too. I mean, Chapek was the spearhead for a lot of of Phase 5 and 6, right? Like that happened under his tutelage. And now that Iger is back, I think he's really sort of like reining things back. I mean, you can see he's going back to a blueprint that worked, and that's fine. There have been sources, again, these same magical sources out on the internet that are saying that they are basically retooling the entirety of Avengers 5 and 6 because it was very Kang dependent. And so now with Jonathan Majors no longer being a part of the MCU, they are most likely going into a different direction. I don't know if they're going to recast. Do you think they're going to recast Kang?
I think so.
I don't even think they're going to have Kang. How are they going to work him in there?
I mean, he's an super integral part into the next phases.
I have no idea. This is news to me.
Loki, right? Like he was in
Loki, and then he was in Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Right.
But I think because he's like a multiverse character, I feel like they could swap him out with a variant of him somewhere.
100%. I feel like he could be whatever. Yeah.
Like when they recast what's his
name?
Rhodey. When they first recast him, like his first line in the movie is like, "I'm here, it's me. Let's just get this over with." Right? And that was kind of like a nod to the audience.
It's me, Rhodey.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
He's like, deal with it.
I'm fresh out of my plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's me. I'm here. Deal with it. That was a big funny line.
Yeah.
Daniel, can you bring up Dwayne's the new comment Dwayne just put up that he said that they're going to change everything? It's very, very bottom there. Yeah. So that's what they're saying.
They're going to change everything he reads. So they're going to his
like,
house,
taking
all his books off the shelf and replacing them with books that he wouldn't.
Yeah, that's how I first saw it too.
I'm sorry, Dwayne. I wasn't aware that they were going to roast you like that. But honestly, throw in a comma every once in a while.
No, it's more about how stupid we are. I was like, what does he mean? It changed everything he read.
Yeah, me and Autumn both read it stupidly. We're both like what do you mean?
Oh,
why did they change
that they're going to change everything. Got it.
We're
catching up.
We're good at English.
Thank you for sharing. They are apparently the Russos are going to come in and just change everything. So
everything that Dwayne has read,
which I'm sure I feel like I realized at one point or another, but it wasn't until like we were gathering
one of my books. Sorry,
Paul's getting so annoyed. I'm loving it. It's very bad when me and Autumn are on the same plane of mental existence.
I've unplugged my headphones, so I can only hear Daniel. Actually, so I don't know
through our telepathic link.
Yeah, I don't know if the Russos are going to fix everything like they think it's going to happen. Because I don't want to throw salt in anyone's wounds here, and we try to be positive on the show. But there isn't one thing that the Russos have done since they left the MCU that has even gotten really above like a 75% on any rating aggregate. Like they just haven't put out anything that's like, oh yeah, we're getting them back at the top of their game. It's almost like a consolation prize.
Yeah.
So I mean, you kind of hope not, but
they're like, what do you want from us? Look what we already get. Come on.
Remember, I don't know anything, so I'm trying to figure out what either of them.
I was just watching Civil War and Winter Soldier over the weekend. And they were the best. So we'll see what they do.
Yeah, they've got 4 MCU projects that have really good ratings. You know, I mean, I personally Captain America: Winter Soldier was like my favorite.
Number one, baby.
Really good stuff. You know,
I liked Endgame a lot too. I loved it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, on like the MCU side of Twitter, a lot of folks are not too pleased with like the Russos coming back because of their like recent misses, you know.
I'm looking at things. I don't even know what any of these things are. What are these things?
There was like a Chris Evans movie on Netflix, some kind of action flick.
Did they do the new movie with Thor with Chris Hemsworth where he plays kind of like a warrior gun guy? Oh god, I can't.
You mean Brit?
Extraction.
Did they do Extraction? Because that was good.
They did Extraction 2 and Extraction, yes. But they're only produced by. I want to know what they directed.
Grain of salt.
I like robots.
The Gray Man, Cherry. So after Avengers Endgame, they directed a movie called Cherry and a movie called The Gray Man. I've never heard of either of these. I don't know what they are, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to say The Gray Man was like
that's a Tom Holland one.
Thing.
I think The Gray Man has Evans in it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, it has Evans and it has Ken. What's his name? Ryan Gosling.
Right, yeah. Oh, I remember the Gray Man marketing all over that whatever Comic-Con it was. They did the same thing that they did with frickin' Doolittle because it was the first thing that RDJ did after Endgame, and they're like, this is it. Oh my god, like it's gonna be awesome. And it was not. Like neither one of them. You're like, oh
anyone that thought Doolittle was going to be the next thing, I'm sorry.
I mean, Downey Jr. did. You know,
Downey Jr.
It's fun. It's cute. It's a cute film, but it's still.
No,
it's
it
like,
could be a cute, fun film. I'm just saying to be the next big, like he was going to have.
I feel like he was like,
not going to happen.
He was like, this is what I'm doing next. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, I'm doing Doolittle.
Yeah,
that's fine too.
I'm freaking Iron Man.
This cast for the Gray Man, I've never even heard of this movie, and the cast for the Gray Man, it's stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Bob Thornton, Anna de Armas, Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, Jessica Henwick, Wagner. I can never pronounce this guy's last name. Wagner Moura.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Whatever.
Yeah, super stacked.
Wow, what a stacked cast. Anyway, sorry, distracted.
All right.
All right,
Daniel. What else we got?
Well, that was it. That was all the stories we had, but we've got some trailers.
Okay, bye. Oh, sorry.
You should let her
trailers. Okay.
Well, right. We have some pretty important trailers. Daniel, are you bringing them up?
I am. Yeah, I've got them live.
Okay. What are we watching first here?
Up first is the new A24 film, A Different Man, with Sebastian Stan, our favorite Winter Soldier. Bring that up here. You guys told me if the audio is funky.
Hey, man. I know you. What's your name?
Edward?
Do you work for Facebook?
No, but I get this a lot.
Oh, hey, neighbor. People can be cruel, I imagine.
All unhappiness in life comes from not accepting what is. You want to talk to me that? Lady Gaga.
This drug seems to have the potential to actually heal you. The implications are life-changing.
Face is falling off and clumps.
I'm sure it only looks like clumps to you.
Perhaps any potential risk is worth the reward.
Look at this piece of man candy.
Can I believe my eyes? Edward, who don't remember me? Oswald.
Hi. That guy's amazing. What do you know about him? Who is he? He's leading a double life.
I'm getting this feeling I've messed things up for you.
You know how we idealize people when we're in love?
So I'm the idolized version of Oswald?
It's kind of brilliant seeing you who looks like you, but you're not yourself.
Let's just all start being honest with ourselves, old friends.
Seems like that's going to hurt.
Wow.
Well, it's like that's going to hurt like a mother effer. I like Adam Pearson a lot. He's an interesting actor, so it's kind of cool to see him go from Under the Skin to something like this, where I feel like in every movie. So sorry, Adam Pearson's he's the man in the film with the deformity, alongside Sebastian Stan. He's in a lot of stuff, and he's usually like the monster, or he's usually like someone for people to play off of. So to see him get a lead role like this, he's had other lead roles, but something like this of high value, it's awesome. And I think people, who said it there? Steve, and called it Oscar bait, and I'm like, I don't know. Like sometimes like, we can't look at every A24 movie or every film like this and be like, oh, well, that's bait. But I think, I think we need some of these Oscar bait films as vehicles. But what do you think? You guys watching this one?
I will.
Steve will not, because of the Elephant Man traumatizing him as a kid. So
that's fair.
Fair, yeah.
What was he doing at your house?
He was traumatizing him. That's a lot of work. You got to do it in person.
I hadn't seen this trailer before. I didn't realize. I thought it was going to be a biopic on like the Elephant Man, because I believe there was like a famous figure that suffered from this kind of deformity.
Yeah,
I thought it was a biopic on it,
including this gentleman who's
Adam Pearson actually has it.
That's him.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's not prosthetics. That's him.
No. Yeah, he was pretty great in Under the Skin. He's in an interesting role in that with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Right, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, and all right, what else we got?
Okay, back to the MCU. We've got Captain America: Brave New World. Let me see here.
We worked there, Paul. Anyway.
Wow, do you think we're in? We better be getting a check.
We might be in this one. Yeah, I think I'm in this one.
There's no audio.
Wilson.
Thanks for coming in. Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage this situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Sir, your inner circle has been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to. What is this, a trap?
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I'm not.
The mask.
Let me tell you, man. Let me just tell you. That movie gave me such Winter Soldier, espionage, great vibes. I'm getting into it. I'm like, this is cool, spy stuff. Yeah, it's Captain America, MCU, fine, whatever. I'm like, yes, finally, they're getting back to it. I'm feeling good. I'm getting so into it. Then they show the Hulk, and I'm out. I'm like, I'm out. I do not care about this movie anymore. This movie went from like, wow, I'm anticipating a Captain America movie, and then they put the Red Hulk in.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Autumn.
I was saying, this did not look like a Marvel movie at all. It just reminded me of Get Off My Plane. You know, like Harrison Ford's been the president before. Nothing about this looked like a Marvel movie or like Avengers. None of it. It just looked like some drama about the president and the military and like just it looked like a generic drama action movie. It didn't look like, or intrigue and that kind of, just doesn't look like anything.
Very Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah.
The bad comparison.
You know what the thing is, Autumn? Because like I'm automatically knowing it's Captain America, and because of how much I love Winter Soldier, in my mind, I'm selling myself that this is going to be in that vein of whatever. I'm like, this is going to be Winter Soldier. It's going to be good. Yeah. Even Civil War had those vibes, even with, you know, the superhero. But
Winter Soldier and Civil War felt like superhero movies that had these other elements. You know what I mean? That went a little deeper and a little broader in their style. This did not look like a superhero movie based on the trailer in any way, shape, or form, except at the very end, there's a guy in costume. Yeah. Like, it just looked like a political action movie.
I think Winter Soldier in this line, but Civil War was its own thing because it had magic and twinkly fingers.
I think that's going to work to its benefit because all of the other Captain America movies, like if this was Steve Rogers and we had Red Hulk, I think it works better. But Sam Wilson has no powers. Like it needs to be a boots on the ground, like espionage Winter Soldier film. I think for Sam Wilson to feel like Captain America in this universe.
It still needs some kind of element of being a superhero movie, though, because like other characters like Scarlet or
Black Widow.
What's her name? Black Widow, she's not a superhero. She has no powers either, but that felt like a superhero movie because she was ascending to that place just based on her own skills. This was just him talking to the president, and you've got, you know, a mole on the inside or whatever. Like, it just didn't feel like a superhero movie. Didn't feel like it had anything to do with Marvel.
The funny thing is like there was a lot of little things. Like they brought Sam Stearns back. He was from the Hulk movie with Ed Norton. So they're bringing him back. But you'd have to know.
Right, hands down.
You have to know that that's who he's playing. They had Isaiah. If you didn't watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier, You have no idea who Isaiah is because we know he's super powered. So
he's Patriot, right?
This is just very narrowly focused for very specific fans. This is not going to bring in a lot of people. It's not going to be a popcorn movie. It's just a very specific storyline as opposed to part of the broader story. It just feels like its own little storyline off on the side. It's fine, but I don't know that I'll go see it. I probably
The Hulk is what ruins it for me because I'm like, if you give me Winter Soldier, I'm happy. I hated the Red Hulk in the comics. I thought it was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And now they're putting him on the big screen. And I'm like, hey, me apologize to everybody out there as I say all these mean things about the Red Hulk. It's just a me thing because I know a lot of people are excited about it. I'm sorry.
Personally, I was out from the first couple seconds when Harrison Ford was doing the Christian Bale thing. It's good to see you.
That's his voice now, though, man.
That's just how he sounds. He's 111, Daniel.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Cast someone else. I'm just saying. I didn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't belong. I love Harrison Ford. To me, he doesn't belong in this at all.
Bring Sam Elliott back. Sam Elliott was him in one movie, and then the other guy was him in another movie, and then the other guy. Just bring Sam Elliott back.
I'm gonna maybe be the lone wolf here on this, but I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I watched the last 2 Captain America movies over the weekend, but I'm excited for this. Like I was like, I really want to see it. It's more just out of like curiosity, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not like, oh my God, I'm so excited because I'm all in on the MCU, like pre-Endgame. Like that's gone. I think that's pretty much gone for most people. But now with all of these shows being redacted, and I think I'm gonna bring something up real quick, Daniel. But
by the way, yes, the leader is Sam Stearns.
Steve says there's more going on in that story than what we've seen, I'm sure, like other major players, because the trailer cuts around a lot. Like there's not a lot there. So I think we've got a ton of different people and elements that are going to be going on in this movie that should set up the rest of the MCU. The problem is like there were always 2 sides of the MCU. You've got like you've got Thor and Guardians, and then you've got like the ground level players here. And I think Marvel's trying to like blur those lines, like the comics, and it just doesn't work because actors age, and it just people go away and people get bored of stuff. Like I don't know if that's going to work, but for whatever reason, I'm really excited for it. Yeah. I'll go see it with all of you. They don't need to come with us, everyone.
I'm not going.
I'm not going.
I'll build our own Captain America.
We've got Captain America at home.
We've got Captain.
Poor Sam. I don't like Anthony Mackie as an actor, but I'm excited for his movies.
What was that mean that he always looks like he has a secret because he was in those pictures?
That's how he looks. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. All right, Daniel, do we have any other trailers?
We got one more, and this one's my favorite. Just came out today, actually. Well, there's been a couple teasers out, but this is Alien Romulus. This is the final trailer. This dropped today.
Oh, see?
Are you sure you want to do this?
With the bucket? I'm not muted.
There she is. You want to break in and steal highly regulated equipment.
This could be our only ticket out of here. Should be in and out in 30 minutes.
Welcome to the Romulus Space Station.
This place gives me the creeps.
What the hell is this?
I don't know.
What the fuck was that? Yo!
Stop playing around, man. Just get up.
I'm not playing around. There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
No, there's just something in the fucking water. Yo!
Run.
Are you alright?
No more. No more. I don't know what to do.
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go.
Impact event in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This trailer completely changed my opinion that I gave.
Dude, I am so excited for this.
Yes.
Completely changed my opinion. Remember yesterday, Paul? I was like, I don't care about seeing this movie because I had no idea it was about a bunch of kids trying to do a heist in space and getting their stuff kicked, like put to pavement. Out of here. You're dead, kids. You're dead. You break into my house. You're dead.
I feel like they're showing some like human character arcs, right? So like we're invested in these characters. It seems like they're heisting something for money. It seems like they need it. So there's stakes already, you know, and it seems like a real return to form for Alien. It's very creepy. It's dark.
Yeah.
Without like that modern no lighting. So
Well,
the whole
just
movie in
the
the trailer.
whole movie in the trailer. I'm good.
That is a great
You know
point.
what? I would have liked a little less, but I am
Always
glad that they showed me some of the real body horror and a little bit of what the plot was. Because before that, it was it was just like, oh, we're gonna have some weird noises and we're gonna have some really dark things and we're gonna have some things that are really quiet.
Yeah.
But you know what? Evil Dead and Don't Breathe are disgustingly horrific movies. They are horrifying movies, and this is like keeping up with that horror. So I'm in.
Oh no. But this movie in IMAX or like 3DX or the multi
whatever
is going to be incredible. Like
4DX.
Gosh. Oh yeah, the 4DX,
That's
like
gonna
a face hugger comes out and just ruins your Thursday. And then Fede Alvarez is directing. Who again? I mean, you saw, but he did Don't Sleep, and he did the most recent. Oh, Don't Talk,
Don't
Breathe.
Don't
And
Talk.
Evil Dead. Don't Sleep.
That Evil Dead that he did, which is the one
is good.
Not the most recent one, the one before that
was
awesome. It was
Dude,
disgusting.
Like when she comes out of the
don't ruin it because Autumn needs to watch it one of these days when we do
she'll
one of
never
our
watch
movie marathon.
Literally never.
I don't
oh my
that
God.
was so awful for me. Just that trailer. I was like, I hate all the Alien movies. Like they're all too creepy, too scary, too.
But the thing
disgusting.
is, I liked the first one, and then that's really it. Like I don't like Aliens. I don't like Alien 3. I don't like Alien Resurrection. I mean, the prequel ones were like getting interesting for me.
Alien
But
Goes
like,
to New York.
yeah, I did not see AVP. I did not see AVP 2. I'm like, I don't care. This is making me interested again.
I really don't enjoy when they try and expand on the lore too much, and that's not from like a puritanical reason. I feel like it's just a lot of the times that they like don't really know where they're taking it, so they're just like, oh, they do this now. They look like this now, and they're just trying to see like what sticks to the wall. But I feel like this, I mean, all we've really seen so far are the face huggers, right? We haven't seen, we didn't see what comes out. We didn't see what, you know, it could be a xenomorph. I imagine it would be.
Well, you did see the xenomorph at one point.
They show it. They show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Also in the previous trailer, so I hadn't seen this one, and I was I've been excited for this because I just like Fede Alvarez and Kaylee Spaney's having like a renaissance right now, so good. Well, having a moment, so good for her. But I hate when like they do like these nostalgia things, and there's a moment where it's like literally the xenomorph is like right in Kaylee Spaney's face, like in the original Alien, and I was like,
Alien
ow.
3.
Like I hate
that gets me.
like I hate like the cheesy nostalgia stuff like that. And in like reading some of these articles, they're like, oh yeah, that was like promo. Like that's probably not even in the movie. And the movie is just going to be horrifying. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for that because it's great. Yeah.
That's the thing. That first trailer made me not want to see it.
Yeah.
But this one makes me want to see it now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say, Steve brings up a good point. He says that the trailer showed way too much, but unless all the spoilers from the first act. And I feel like we've been seeing this a lot where, you know, the trailers will really, you know, do a lot of exposition as to what the movie's about. But most of it's like from the beginning, and then a lot of it is kind of like edited around. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's cut, like it's B-roll, like it could be a ton of different things. Like I think, you know, all of these people, these agencies, internal creative departments who are making all of these trailers, they know, you know, they're watching these. Like they know every tiny detail is talked about in weekly meetings and syncs. I promise you. So.
I think
perfect.
some of these movies that like expand on the universe, I think there's a way to do it that's really fun. There's a movie called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, and it's the story of Hamlet, but it's happening, and it's these two guys that have like a quick couple of moments in the play, but the whole story is them and they're running around, and once in a while you'll see a scene from Hamlet happening just like in the background, and the whole movie is just them on this, like, see, Steve knows what I'm talking about. It's just them having their story and just kind of stumbling through Hamlet, and it's hilarious. And there's also an episode of Buffy called The Zeppo, where Xander, sorry, Alex, you might want to cover your ears. Xander has a whole story going on, and meanwhile, there's an apocalypse happening, but you don't see any of it, and they over-dramatize, like, the Buffy and Angel drama and all these things, but you don't actually see it because you just see Xander running through it. And he's having. So I think those kind of stories are really fun for expanding a universe where you can see some sidekick characters or some minor characters having their own story and then seeing a little bit of the main story happening in the background. It's funny.
Like I like those are fun.
I was like, how does this relate to Alien? But
like Monty Python you landed and the Life of Brian.
Yeah, it's like the same same
Tag
idea.
And Binker Dead. Did you ever see Tag and Read Tag and Binker Dead? I was so upset. I want that to be a Star Wars series on TV. I'd watch that.
I think it wasn't about aliens specifically. It was just talking about when a movie or a franchise tries to expand the universe and it gets a little cheesy. But I think that is a way to do it that makes it fun. That's all.
I agree.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So get on that. Start directing that movie with all the horrible violence happening in the background while there's a guy playing poker with his cat.
Yeah.
Daniel, there is one trailer we forgot to bring up.
Oh, you're so right. And this one, you take the wheel.
I got it queued up. It's a video game trailer. Wait, it's a video game trailer because there's a new game. It just dropped 2 days ago. Days ago. Let's pop this up.
Is it Merge Dragons?
It's horrifying. So ugly.
Oh my gosh.
Look at his feet. They're so big.
The running.
I wonder why. Break branch.
Why?
Gotta have some kind of roar in it. Look at the foot icon on the bottom right.
Look at the foot.
You've been photographed. Ew.
You're welcome.
It's so bad.
I love him.
His face is
He's so ugly.
Says,
I love him.
I want to play this game.
Yeah.
He looks a little too human. Like creepy human.
very uncanny.
I don't. It's terrible.
Oh, does
I
that
also
disturb your cookie cutter world, Autumn?
Yes, that's me. I'm all about
Hufflepuff's like, look how big his feet is. What?
That's literally.
I'm just saying
Why
they
are
nailed
his
it.
feet so big?
It's lore accurate.
They don't call him Big Ear.
Yeah.
It's about the ridges, not about the
Oh my
feet.
god.
That's true.
Steve says
You're welcome,
cryptid
Paul.
stealth action or new genre. Give me Mothman.
Hey,
meets
Mothman
Hitman.
is Hitman. Oh my god.
Yeah, now I believe.
You've been photographed. I love how he goes and grabs a guitar.
Yeah.
I
love his face
a
in it.
foot. Yeah.
Oh no.
I kind of love it. Yeah, I kind of love it so much.
That's awful.
Yeah, God, I would love an entire cryptid video game universe.
Mm-hmm. It's like a GTA shell where they can just like dump a bunch of DLCs into it. Mothman.
I want the pants thing. What's the pants thing called? It just looks like a pair of pants that walks.
The
Jimmy Neutron?
Stalkers.
No. Oh, the Sacramento Night Stalker. Something.
Yeah.
Is that a
Sacramento
cryptid?
pants.
Just like a pair of pants?
Yeah, it looks like a pair of
it's not
pants.
just some dude. It's just some drunk guy getting bullied.
Yeah.
Oh, John, the Cryptid Avengers.
Yeah, there we go.
You never see them.
Oh my gosh. Aren't they called Night Walkers or something like that?
The Fresno Nightwalkers, the Fresno
Fresno.
Nightwalkers or something like that.
Yeah.
Fresno specifically. Love that.
Yeah, there's some weird shit coming out of Fresno. It's just let me tell you.
And I like how they're probably in like South Carolina. They're nowhere near Fresno.
I'm meeting people from Fresno are quick.
Oh, Pete. La Londronia.
Yes.
Hello and goodbye.
Los...
All right.
Never not funny. Anyway.
All right. Where are we at, Daniel? Are we done?
We're done. That
All
was
right.
it.
Okay, bye.
We made it to the end.
Recommendations, everyone. I'm recommending right off the top Scavenger's Reign. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's on Netflix.
I wrote
but
it.
It's on.
I wrote it on my little
I second.
list, and I'll put it on my list.
I'm
Also,
recommending
someone
that. Everyone
recommended
is
to me Lady Parts recently. You guys seen that?
No.
Yeah, it's check it out. It's I want to say it's a
You're low on those, I guess?
female. No, a female. Yeah, a female Muslim punk band.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. It's on Hulu,
Yeah.
I think, right? Or Netflix.
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those two.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was recommended to me recently.
What about you, Daniel? What are you watching,
Anyway.
reading?
I just started this little indie show. It's called, what was it? Firefly, I believe.
Oh, he did start Firefly.
What did you think?
It's pretty good. The first
episode
I didn't
you on?
realize 2.
Yeah,
But to be
It's-
fair, the first episode is an hour and a half. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
you'll.
was like, oh my god, is every episode this long? Because I remember it was only one season or something. So I was like, oh god,
Yeah.
I hope it's not an hour and a half episodes. But it's really good so far.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, oh, it's Western, sci-fi Western, space Western, and like
Yeah.
that couldn't be more accurate. It's so dead on.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
really
I'm really
cool.
enjoying it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Steve said it's called We Are Lady Parts. Yeah, that's
We
what
Are
it is.
Lady
Okay.
Parts.
Yeah, Daniel.
Liza was saying this also to me, My
Oh,
Lady
okay.
Jane, and she said it's got good
Okay.
music too.
Okay, put it on the list.
Sick. What about everyone
yeah.
else? What are you guys in the comments? What are you guys watching or listening to right now? I've been Daniel.
Now, do
I'm
you
go ahead.
Pop Tarts? Does Dwayne mean actual Pop
Like
Tarts?
the-
Because I love Pop Tarts.
That's always a good
Ooh.
recommendation.
Favorite flavor?
Mine's
Favorite
strawberry,
Pop Tart flavor?
brown cinnamon. Those two.
Cherry.
S'mores for sure. S'mores. Did you see s'mores too?
Yeah, sure did.
Nice. You guys must have had them.
They sold brown sugar Pop Tarts at my high school and like traumatized.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
couldn't
all
drink
they had.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the thing is, I could eat the cherry, raspberry, the strawberry ones. I could eat those cold. You don't need to
Oh,
toast them.
blueberry too.
Blueberry.
Like all the fruit ones.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
s'mores, like you have to heat those up. You
Yeah,
can't
those are
just pull them
gross.
out of the
Yeah,
package and eat them.
they're not
I
good.
don't
cold.
know. I've put them cold, chopped them up in little bits, and
Not
put
to
them in
brag.
vanilla ice cream.
Ooh. That's
Oh, okay,
pretty good.
that's
Oh,
okay. But
Well, then
warm
they're
up.
more-
No,
Oh.
No, you get the strawberry Pop Tarts, warm them up, like actually heat them up, and then you just put those two little suckers in your vanilla ice cream.
I gotta go.
yeah.
Carl's Jr.
My
used to
plans
sell
for the night
a
are
Pop
locked
Tart
in now.
sandwich.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Also,
Cherry
the
with
movie.
frosting. Thank you.
The movie is actually I liked it.
It was pretty entertaining. I liked it too.
Ooh, there is a donut shop that puts Pop-Tarts on donuts. Yeah.
Oh, that feels
okay.
wrong.
So I could just go get a donut and get a Pop-Tart, and they'll charge me $12.95, and I could just do it for like $1.70.
And the Pop-Tart is stale by the time you get it. That's why I hate those like donuts with the cereal on it. They're always stale. Always.
That's true. Because they make them in a batch and then hang on to them for until they're done.
Liza was telling me about this place that makes an affogato. Because I see Papagato. She said they makes a matcha gato, where it's like matcha affogato. That sounds pretty good.
Isn't Papagato the name of the guy in Impractical Jokers?
Yes. It's an old cat.
It is.
I guess. I don't know.
What was a joke? Is that his actual name?
I don't know.
Joe Gatto. That's his name.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Laura, we absolutely should have a whole show where we just talk about snacks.
Okay.
Yeah. And we all bring a snack for show and tell and then eat it. And we have a sugar high. And at the end, we're all just freaking out. And then we crash at the end. They get cranky and
get cranky. Gotta get put to bed. All right. Well, I think we nailed it.
Let's land this plane. Right now we're landing planes like Sully Sullenberg. So let's tighten this up. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so very much. Again, we've got one more show on Thursday, and then again starting in August, our shows are going to be Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And again, the Monday shows, the flagship shows, are just going to be pop culture news and headlines. It's more of this. So did you enjoy this? This is what it is.
Yeah, just
going
so you know,
forward,
we're setting the
Monday
expectations.
If
you show up next week, that's on you.
We chat. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, and then every once in a while, whenever we can, not on, every Monday we'll still go live, so you can always catch us on Mondays. But we're gonna have these pop-up shows where we can to talk about other things in pop culture, where we've been doing these other various types of shows throughout Fandom Social, and we'll just do those at different times. Maybe a Saturday morning. Maybe we should cut directly into Terry Smith's numbers. I think we go after him.
Do it
first.
Yeah.
Let's go. Alex can fight him physically if he needs to.
Don't even joke. Don't even joke.
You can fight him. You can take him.
Take him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to send you after him. That's not fair.
Yes.
Oh my God. All right.
God, I swear to God, I swear to Zeus and hot Zeus, not ugly Zeus, that if we become viral and famous, we make a living off this because we're reviewing Pop-Tarts and not all the hard work that we put in all of these other scripts, I'm going to be pissed.
No, I'm fully ready to pivot. I'm going to be here.
I'm going to be so mad.
I'm going to rock.
Honestly, whatever.
I would sell my soul to Pop-Tarts
as long as the check clears. Yes. So thank you all so much. We will see you guys for our last Thursday show. That's next week. We'll cover all things that are happening at Comic-Con. We're just going to be, a big pop culture news and headline show, but that'll probably be pretty Comic-Con focused. And I'm not actually going to Comic-Con this year. Again, I couldn't make it because someone's got to work. Me, I was happier unemployed. No, that's not true.
I'm not this time because no companies are paying for it for the first time in many years. So I'm gonna skip this one.
I'm not going because I'd rather never go to California again for the rest of my life.
Well, we're all here, so that's not fair. But that's fine. We'll talk about that off air.
That's what happened.
Yeah, he just cannot be that close to that much sand in his bringing his Dune popcorn bucket. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah.
I'd like to get the chart rolling.
Dwayne.
All right, come on, let's hit it.
Enough, Dwayne. Thank you all so much. Again, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are still working on getting those prizes from Inside Editions. They are just so swamped with.
I've got a bunch of their
Comic-Con
stuff.
right
there. We'll just give those away.
We owe you guys stuff. We know we do. We are absolutely working on it. They are super swamped. We're super swamped. But thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next Thursday at 6 p.m. PST, 9 Eastern. And remember to like what you love what you like, and don't be a jerk about it. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Hold my hand out there. Hold my face out there.
Popcorn.
Did someone press the button?
Yeah.